Coming up on the Sports Desk, they've been running the show on the mat for most of the last decade. Take a look at what makes North High Wrestling stand out above the rest. And at El Camino College, one of their leaders on the gridiron shares how being a warrior turned this skater into a Pac-12 linebacker. All that coming up and more right now on the Sports Desk. Hey there everybody, I'm Wan Hernandez. Welcome to another week with us here on the Sports Desk. We'll start right off on the wrestling mat where the North Saxons have owned the Pioneer League and produced countless individual podium finishes throughout their program's history. Since 2002, North has taken home the team championship in the Pioneer League all but once. Heading into last week's dual meet against Torrance, once again with the chance to hang the team banner, the Saxons showed us that even if only one man takes the mat at a time, North High's success is never defined by individuals. Having won all but one Pioneer League team championship since 2002, how good North High Wrestling will be each year is no longer a question. Rather, the better question has become, why are they so good?
It's honestly the tradition, and the kids believe in the coaching that they really do go to work hard. We give them the message and we give them what to do, but they truly embrace it, and they take it to heart. A lot of it is the kids.
How do you create that for them, though?
It's the culture in the room, and a lot of that is attributed to our seniors and the leaders that we have.
The dedication from the coaches. Their coaches are definitely, Donnie Garriott and his brother Craig have created a strong program and consistency over the year.
Having gone through a coaching change at the end of the 2012 school year, nobody would have blamed the Saxons for slowing down with the departure of longtime coach Luke Santos. But then again, nobody expected them to slow down either, as evidenced by capturing another Pioneer League title this season. With Torrance aiming for their first league championship since 2001, it was an experienced Saxon leader who put the team on his back and turned around the deciding dual meet, a testament that leadership and winning are simply a part of Saxon culture, regardless of the pieces in place or who's on the mat.
You know, it's my senior year, it's a bunch of freshmen coming in and they look up to us, so I try to be the best example I can. This guy, Matthew Boyer, he beat me last year, and this year I knew I had to make a difference, and just to once again be an example to the freshmen.
They lift my spirits up, tell me I can do it, and it's just being an honor on the varsity team with them.
Munn is the newest man to take the reins of the North High program. An alum himself, he's seen countless wrestlers succeed here, then move on only to create space for the next soon-to-be CIF champ. Even the Saxons' competitors see the manufacturing of success at North High as an opportunity to build up wrestling for the entire South Bay and into future generations.
This is my second year as head coach, and coming back trying to be able to build that. You know, it's going to take us some time. We're going to be trying to reach out to build middle school programs and trying to reach out to the kids during the summer times and build in clubs and different things to build up wrestling, not just with Torrance High, but just in South Bay in general. Try to build up the sport so that way we have a better quality wrestler. Because when we go to Masters, we can see that while our guys do good, some of the other areas do better, because they have enriched programs for the younger kids to be able to understand the sport.
Imagine that, an already locally competitive community becoming a powerhouse region for manufacturing wrestlers. And regardless of the time it takes to see such a vision through, we can and will always count on the North Saxons to pass on their tradition of wrestling success year to year.
The tradition of North is really important to me. I feel like we can keep it going. We lose a lot of guys. We graduate eight seniors, but we also have a lot of young guys coming up. Our freshmen won league. So we have young guys. We got to put in work, but we can definitely repeat as league champs next year.
Well, I would say, like, it's the coaches, of course, but it's also the team and our leaders that we have, like the seniors. And even though, like, they're gonna leave next year, we still have other coaches to come and help us.
I can't say nothing more other than brotherhood, because we depend on each other way too much, out of school, in school, over the weekend, anytime, we just depend on each other. So I think we're just used to depending on each other and doing succeeding for each other. And I think that's what's so good about the school and the team.
As if I didn't say it enough already, all but one Pioneer League team title now since 2002. It's quite the amazing run this school has. Now, with individual goals and accomplishments still on the line around the South Bay, let's take a quick look at some Torrance wrestlers doing big things individually. North going to wrap up 7 individual Pioneer League titles this week after winning that team championship. Jordan Garola, a name to keep an eye on the Masters and state tourney. He took 7th place in the state tournament last year. Coach Munn says he won't be surprised if the senior takes the whole thing this time. Matt Boyer bounces back from that loss in the Torrance North dual meet to win his class for the Tartars along with 2 of his teammates. The South Spartans qualified 10 wrestlers for the league tourney. 2 of them won championships in their division. And over in the Bay League, we're not going to forget about the West Warriors, another powerhouse squad themselves. The Warriors took 11 wrestlers to the Bay League finals in their weight class. 8 of them win titles, and 14 total come out of the event with tickets to the Southern Section Inland Division individuals. That will be going down February 16th at Los Osos High. And speaking of the Warriors, one of the athletes who won a Bay League title, Matt Bozen, is gearing up for more than just a run at the Masters tournament. You remember seeing Matt in many of our football highlights when the Warriors made a run all the way to the league championships. And with the biggest day in college football recruiting happening this week, our Giselle Roberts sat down with Matt to share his story about joining one of the most recognizable and exciting programs in all of college football, the Boise State Broncos. Bozen will be signing that commitment letter this week. You'll have to check us out next week to see how Matt's time with the Warriors took him to an opportunity to make some big plays on the blue turf in Idaho. All right, everybody, coming up after the break, get ready for some basketball. We got plenty of it. The Knights still tearing it up, looking like every bit of the top-ranked team in the state we've grown to expect. Torrance and West going to hoop it up as well. We'll see if either of these teams are able to rise above and make a late-season run toward the league leaderboards before time runs out.
If I ride, I will know the way the trees smell after the rain. I will grow a heart so strong that hospitals will take Tuesdays off. If I ride uphill, I will eventually get to ride downhill. That's how it works. If I ride, my breath will fill the air instead of smoke and car exhaust. If I ride, road rage will turn into laughter. And I won't be a boy or a girl. I will just be a rider. If I ride, I will be strong.
This could be a bicycle. Or a bat. This could be a robot. Or an airplane. This could be a playground. This could be a book bag.
Or a soccer ball.
This could be a book. This could be beautiful.
This cannot be trash.
This can all be recycled. Learn more at thiscouldbe.org.
Hello once again, and welcome back to the Sports Desk. We're going to move on into some basketball highlights now, starting with none other than the Bishop Montgomery Knights. With no end in sight for the Knights' ridiculous winning rampage this season, the focus has long since turned to the playoffs, but Letitia Cahey checked in to see how focused the Knights have stayed when they still have to take on a league rival hungry to beat them.
The Bishop Montgomery-Sarah Conference rivalry is always intense, and so is the home crowd. In the first quarter, Justin Bibbins finds Lamar Murray Jr. down low for the deuce. Then from outside, Nico Filipovic banks in the three. The other way, Roland Wyatt putting on a show with the two-handed dunk. Then Jeremy Wright beats the buzzer for 2 to put Sarah up 17-16. In the second, Stefan Jovanovic says, "Not in my house." Bishop up 35-33 at the half, and the crowd loves it. Murray, quiet in the first half, comes out hot in the third and nails the three. Murray finished with 17 on the night. Then Larry Taylor III backdoors it with a 3 of his own. In the fourth quarter, Tabrion Dawson with no problems in the paint gets 2 to go. And in the last second, Sarah tries to threaten, but gets denied by Murray, sealing the deal for Bishop.
The Knights continue to stay on top in the Delray League as they beat Sarah in a conference matchup game. Tonight is the third time that Bishop Montgomery and Sarah met, and each time the end result the same, with the Bishop Montgomery win.
Oh, this was really important. Going into the playoffs, we really needed this win, especially to get league as well. So it was a real big win and real important game. I couldn't ask for nothing more. My team has been stepping up, and they wanted to make this season special, and that's what it's been so far. So I love all my team, I love my coaches, and we just keep playing hard and hopefully get the CIF and state championship.
You know, there's still people around our school asking if we're going to beat them, even though we beat them twice. So it gave us a couple of doubts, but we always knew in the back of our minds that we were going to win. You know, it feels great because in the past years we've been underranked, we've been under, you know, people didn't think we were as good as we were. So to come out and show people how good we really are, it really feels great.
It's been a great year for the seniors. I mean, to be undefeated at this point, it's something I didn't expect because I scheduled this tough. But I'm proud of them. I'm going to miss them, you know, terribly. We just need to stay sharp. I mean, the next two games, our last two league games, LaSalle and Burns, we beat both by more than 40 points. But we need to continue to play well.
Another strong Southland hoop squad housed right here in the South Bay is the Redondo Seahawks. With Redondo coming into town to take on the West Warriors, it was time for us to see what the Warriors can build on and learn when they take on the best of the best as well. Giselle Roberts has those highlights.
As you can hear behind me, West has their warm-up music going on, and tonight is the night for the Warriors. They have an opportunity to stop Redondo Union's 8-game winning streak and turn their league season around. That's definitely what they're going for tonight.
As West prepared to tip off against #1 Redondo Union, you could feel the excitement from the crowd and especially from the players. First quarter action, Javier Basso gets the ball down low to Terrell Carter for the layup and the foul. Carter did a good job of anchoring the Warriors down low in this game. The free throw for the three-point play is good. Off the miss by Ethan Kishimoto, Carter corrals the rebound and gets the putback. On the next play, Kishimoto gets the ball to Carter on the block, and he gets the layup. On the other end, the 3 by Darian touchdown jump-started Redondo. On the next play, Kishimoto turns it over, leading to an easy layup for Redondo's Derek Biale. Then Javier Basso coughed the ball up. Adding insult to injury, Redondo found their range, and West just couldn't capitalize on scoring opportunities. In the fourth, West got a great block from Carter that ended with a Mina Asawa layup on the other end. After the game, assistant coach Garrett Tunn talked about the loss.
I thought the effort was out there was really well, and we can continue on that. And I thought Terrell Carter played very well tonight. He controlled the paint like he should every single game, and it's encouraging to see that and just hope keep moving on with that. We need to definitely work more on defense. We put in our man-to-man just recently, so we're still working on it. Still got to fine-tune that. We also need to practice on controlling the ball. Turnovers killed us today, and if you turn over the ball against Redondo, they're going to get easy baskets all the time. So we need to control that, especially with our next game coming up against Lusinger.
Thanks for that, Giselle. And again, sticking with the similar theme over at Torrance High, it's also never too late to flat out get better. Tartars may not have an undefeated record or top Pioneer League standing, but this squad's still looking to improve and learning what that'll take.
Torrance had a tough start against Lawndale with only one shot to go down inside their paint the entire first quarter. If it wasn't for their three-point shots, they would have found themselves down more than 5 at the end of the first. Torrance going for the layup but can't knock it down. They go to the line with a chance to tie it, but then he misses the free throw. Corey Catani with the 3, and it's good. He's been trying to keep the team in the game the whole night, but with plays like this, Lawndale was too much for Torrance. At the end of the first quarter, you guys were only down by 5 points. Seemed like you guys were saved a lot by your three-point shots. What did you tell your team to get them more shots in the paint?
Well, we had to get touches in the paint first and foremost. We didn't do a whole lot of that in the first half, but when we did, the ball came in, out, and around, and we got open threes. So we had to get more touches in there to get the defense to sink. Once we did that, we could get more open perimeter shots.
Despite the 20 points that came from Corey Catani tonight, the Torrance Tartars still walk out of here with a 20-point loss to Lawndale. Reporting from Torrance High, I'm Brittany Johnson for the Sports Desk.
Coming up after the break, We already showed you where one Torrance athlete is headed to play college ball next year. Next, we take a look at another local football player moving on to accomplish big things, this time taking on the entire Pac-12.
We are this close.
We are this close.
Tutelek Modest. We're this close.
This close to making history.
This close. Ofon Wantinti.
We are this close.
We are this close.
This close. This close to changing the world. We are this close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease ever again.
We are this close to making history.
We are this close to ending polio. This close to ending polio.
We're this close.
This close.
This close to ending polio.
This close.
We are this close to ending polio. All we need is you.
All we need is you. All we need is you.
Is you.
We are this close. This close.
If we don't act now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
One of my biggest passions in life is animals. That's why I've worked with Morris Animal Foundation for over 40 years. Morris Animal Foundation is a world leader in helping animals live longer, healthier lives. You can too. Just show your support at morrisanimalfoundation.org.
To help cats, dogs, horses, and wildlife live healthier lives, visit morrisanimalfoundation.org, where we are advancing science that will create a healthier tomorrow for animals.
What is up, Torrance? Welcome back to the Sports Desk. Now, we've talked about some of the athletes on the wrestling mat making some big moves in the Pioneer League, the Bay League, the Bishop Montgomery basketball squad running away with things over in the Del Rey League, and another team terrorizing the South Bay all winter long has been the girls of South High Soccer. Well, the Spartans wrapped up their pursuit of the Pioneer League trophy last week when the Torrance Tartars tied El Segundo 1-1 and South smashed Centennial 10-0. The win moved the Spartans' record up to 21-0-6 with a perfect 8-0 league record. They'll be wrapping up league play this week with CIF playoffs kicking off February 12th. On to our final story of the day. Jenny Phillips spent quite a bit of time with the El Camino Warriors this season, interviewing and getting to know players, watching the team endure one of the roughest losing seasons in school history. And even having spent so much time with the Warriors this fall, this next athlete still managed to show her no amount of post-game interviews will sum up what football has brought to his life. Check it out.
Anyone who's watched Ivan McLennan play football recently has seen a tough, menacing competitor out on the field, a linebacker that quarterbacks fear and running backs avoid at all costs. Any of those people would also be surprised to find that McLennan only recently touched a football for the first time.
My freshman year in high school, I was a skateboarder. And one day my friend, after summer school, it was at my 8th grade year going into my freshman year in high school at Lusinger, my friend TJ was like, "Hey, you want to go to football practice with me?" I was like, "Football? I don't want to play no football. I'm not a football player. I don't want to play football. I want to go to the skate park. I want to go skate." And he was like, "Man, just come to practice with me." I was like, "All right, bro," because he's one of my close friends. So I was like, "I'll go to practice with you." We ended up running 1000s and doing all this stuff. And I was like, you know what? I like football a little bit.
As one could imagine, football didn't come easy for McLennan at first, but after falling in love with the game, he was determined to be good at it.
I just grew to love the game a lot and just wanted to win. Like once I tasted victory, it just like I like victory. I say I really got my competitive drive going into my junior year. My head coach, Coach Deion Tolliver, he was just always a competitive guy. He was a competitive coach and always wanted to work hard and always wanted to get better. So I just installed it in me. I just installed the will to compete and the will to get better every day get better at something. If it's not physical, it's mental. If it's not mental, it's emotional. Just get better at something every day.
Not only was McLennan in love with football, the sport brought him something that he was otherwise missing in life.
Growing up, my father wasn't always there for me. Like, I had a father. I knew my father. He wasn't always there for me, but then he went to jail in high school when he haven't even seen me play a football game yet. So, and once, I just wanted to just make my mom proud. Like, put my mom through a lot of stuff when I was younger. And it was a hard time growing up, like going through high school. High school is like probably the biggest time you really want your father in your life because I'm going through all these changes physically, mentally, emotionally. It's like I'm going through all these changes in life, and it would have been a blessing to have my father with me. But that's where I say that football really helped me, because I met some of the best father figures in my life while playing football. Like, even though it was a hard time going through it without a father, but football really helped me get through it. Football is the reason why I got through it. So, and I met father figures, and now I know how to be a man.
For everything football taught McLennan and helped him overcome, he realized he wanted to take his talents to the next level and pursue college ball.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, but coming up, there's more to Ivan's story that we're going to share with you right when we come back.
We're here today to ask people about marriage.
For starters, what's the best thing about being married?
Who I get to stay married to. Family.
Togetherness.
To me, is having a companion.
This person.
My favorite thing about being married is that I have a partner.
Do you think your marriage is good for more than just the two of you?
Does it influence those around us?
Yeah, I think.
In a positive way?
I think so.
I would hope that people would see that when we're together that we really have a very true affection for each other.
What everybody wants, and we know we're lucky to have it.
The energy we give out in our home, I think, spreads out to other people.
Your marriage just continues to go on and on and on.
Oh, sure, and it'll affect generations after us.
I think it really sort of stabilizes your whole community. It's a cornerstone of a society, right?
Sounds like a good marriage goes a long way.
It touches a lot of people.
Want to improve your marriage? For ideas, go to foryourmarriage.org. A message from the Catholic Church.
They fought for social change. They fought against tyrants. They fought for human rights. Yet behind these achievements are individuals who waged a more personal war. They fought the struggle against mental illness, and they won.
Hey, welcome back. When we last left you, you got to see how Ivan McLennan was able to learn and excel in the game of football in just a matter of a few years. Blessed with a desire to compete and be one of the best, his time in El Camino, while short, has proven to teach him everything he needed in order to get to the next level. Headed to Washington State now, Ivan talks about how this tough season prepared him for the same challenges he'll face in the Pac-12.
Out of all the JUCOs that was recruiting me, El Camino was the only one that said I wasn't going to start. That's the only one that said that I will have to come in here and I will have to compete and get better. And I was like, you know what? I don't want it to be easy, because nothing ever came easy in my life. Like, nothing ever came easy. So I was like, I'm going to go to El Camino and I'm going to compete. And I'm going to compete and have fun. And I came to El Camino and I ended up starting my whole freshman season. I led the team in tackles my freshman season right out of high school. And that's when I really knew, like, man, I could play college ball.
Clearly, El Camino College was a perfect fit for McLennan, and he thrived under Coach Featherstone's tutelage.
Elko taught me one word, and I'm going to say compete, compete, compete. Competition, man, because all they preach here is competition. We have great players coming. We have players coming from Florida, players coming from Texas, all come just to play at Elko. So it's like I'm competing against the best. Elko is really, it's full of tradition, like from when you're walking into the field house, when you're at your locker, when you look on the wall, you see all the names up there.
Despite a difficult sophomore season, Elko and Coach Featherstone still played an invaluable role to McLennan's development as a player and a person.
Coach Feather is a loving coach, and I love Feather. I'll be the first to tell you I love Feather, because Coach Feather is just an amazing man. Like, he is the ultimate leader. He's really, truly the ultimate leader, because he can motivate you, but you don't want to see him pissed off. Because at the same time, he's loving, but he wants to win. He wants to win bad. So he's only going to put the best out there. So you got to compete. Coach Feather was the first coach to say, I love you. You feel me? Like, Coach Feather was the first one. I love you, Oz. You know I love you, man. I love you too, Coach.
And the first-team All-California linebacker made it clear just how important that love was as he decided to take his talents to Washington State University, despite being heavily recruited by other big-name schools across the nation.
I really felt this as a JUCO player, that we only got 2 years to play. You got to go to the place that, one, they're showing you the most love, and two, the place where you know you're going to play, you're going to make an impact. And I felt like Wazoo was the place for me to go, because they showed me tremendous love. It was my first ever scholarship. I feel like they all cared about Ivan, the athlete. They didn't care about Ivan, the person, the player. Washington State cared about how I was going to do a person, a player, the person in the player. So it was like, wow, I was wazooed out.
While some might question McLennan's choice of a program with a losing record over the football powerhouses that offered him, he knows he made the right choice and he has what it takes to turn this program around.
I know how it feels to lose, and this season taught me so much. Like, I can't stress it enough. It taught me, but like, if I could redo the season now, like if we could redo it, I guarantee you we wouldn't have had this record, because I wouldn't know what to say now. I would know what to do. I would know how hard we have to work. That's why I'm gonna bring the Pullman, and I wanted to be a part of the change of Washington State. Like, I'm probably not even coming in as a starter, but I guarantee you I'm gonna compete every day, and I'm gonna end up being that starter because I'm gonna compete hard because I'm hungry. That's the thing, I'm hungry. And you're not gonna stop somebody that's real hungry, because I'm hungry for wins and I'm hungry to prove people wrong. At Washington State, it's the instant pressure. It's instant pressure for me to make plays. It's instant pressure for me to be great. I'm not scared to have the pressure of a program on my back. I'm not scared to have that as a defensive player, because they need me to make plays. Like, that's what they're bringing me in for.
While McLennan is clearly very accomplished on the football field, the sport has also given him opportunities he may not have otherwise had.
I love this game. This game is good to me. Like, this game has given me an opportunity to not even forget the NFL. Just forget the NFL. It's giving me an opportunity to get a degree. The opportunity to be the first person in my family to go to college. So now my little brother Andrew, he's 16. He want to dress like me. He want to have his hair like me. You know, you ain't got to look up to no fool on the street, or you ain't got to look up to no gangbanger out there. You can look up to your big brother. Like, your big brother went to college, so you can go to college too, because we come from the same blood, same background. So if I could do it, you can do it.
Even after he gets his degree, the determined and driven McLennan doesn't plan on ending his football career just yet.
And then hopefully, at 2015 draft, you can hear my name being selected. The only thing that's stopping me is me, and I'm not going to stop me. It's about to be a wild ride. It's about to be a wild ride this season. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Thank you for that, Jenny. So, who's next on the show? Which athlete do you know that has a compelling story off the field that somehow contributed to their success on it? Let us know so we can share that story with the rest of the South Bay, just like Ivan's story here. The email address and phone number, both right there on your screen, so don't be a stranger. Let us know what's going on out there, and your story just might end up on the Sports Desk. All right, everybody, that's going to wrap it up for us this week. Next week, we're going to have that Matt Bozen story for you and how he's headed to the blue turf. We'll also have a little bit of South High soccer. You're going to have to come right back to us. Have a great week.